afternoon. PayEm, the all-in-one spend management and procurement platform designed for the mid-market and designed to capture and optimize all the ways in which employees spend money. We're a young company. We're barely 4 years old. We've got hundreds of customers. We've got massive growth. We've got strong investment. And most importantly, our net dollar retention is solid because we're delivering and we're innovating. We've got a great leadership team. We have an A-list of investors. And we've got industry titans that serve as strategic advisors, not only to the company, but to our customers. So the problem with the mid-market is as companies scale and grow, centralized buying no longer works. In the new model, it's the requester that is often the decision maker. Finance and procurement teams don't really have the bandwidth to be able to micromanage every single transaction. And what happens when you don't micromanage every single transaction, you end up having inefficiencies in your buying process, and you have lost opportunities and lost savings. This is the problem that PayEm solves. PayEm solves this problem for mid-market companies. This is our end-to-end solution. Our end-to-end solution is everything from request all the way through to reconciliation. With our platform, you will get complete visibility and control into all the ways in which people buy things. With our platform, you will be able to incorporate your corporate buying policies into the system of record, thus guiding people towards doing the right thing. And with our platform, you will enable procurement to be able to get ahead of the purchase order so they could actually influence it, while at the same time providing the users with a very improved experience. This is what we do. So now, where's the secret sauce? So with the emergence of AI, we're hitting this major inflection point in the marketplace today, where basically companies, with the emergence of AI, we're hitting a major inflection point in the marketplace today where companies like PayEm can take advantage of some of these innovations and incorporate them into the product and basically change the way that humans interact with machines. With customized intake forms, agile approval workflows, you have the ability to create a workflow on your own for any request that any employee might be able to make. What this is going to do is it's going to provide you with a tremendous amount of agility and that's unprecedented in the mid-market. Budget control is also a unique differentiator for us. With budget control, you have the ability to empower your FP&A plan. You can operationalize that FP&A plan by empowering your budget approvers with real-time information as to how a particular transaction is going to impact the budget. CFOs love this because it helps to create a shared culture of accountability. Corporate credit cards. I don't know about you, I'm not a big fan of expense reports, but this is a better way. It's a more improved way. It's a better user experience. It gives finance better control. And what you're able to do is you're able to earn a little bit of cash back on money that you already planned to spend. These are the main business outcomes that we drive. And it's a massive market that we're selling into. The procurement space is a huge space. There are tens of millions of companies globally around the world that have 1,000 employees or less, and that's the market that we sell into. The challenge with these companies is that they don't have big budgets for big P2P software. PayEm is purpose-built for the mid-market, and it's purpose-priced for the mid-market. These are some of our awesome customers. There's a lot of unicorns on this list. We hope someday that some of you, we earn the right to put you on this list. And on behalf of PayEm Software, I thank you for your time.
Clicker. So the art of finishing exactly on time. I was watching the time, and it was like 0.1 seconds left.
I was watching the time, too,
so
out of the corner of my eye. So.
All right, so jury. Bodo, would you like to ask a question?
Steve, thanks. Wonderful pitch, straight to the point, not only in time. You're operating in a sensible system or a sensible issue, spend control, and you're a startup. Now, what I experienced that often startups don't have the credit of trust, that like, oh, can you really do it? What guarantees do you give to companies to operate in this sensitive area?
I didn't hear the question. What guarantees?
Well, if something goes wrong in your system, you're kind of overspending, if you do some market analysis, something goes wrong, okay, you can have a kind of a safety net. But you are in a sensitive in the financials, you're releasing purchase orders, and this is a startup. I mean, you have a great customer base, but I wonder what kind of guarantees Credit Steering can give to your customers that all the operations is working fine.
So we provide the platform. Customers actually are the ones that view the data and take action on the data, right? And so we don't offer guarantees because it's what they do. It's their transactions, right? All we do is provide the vessel that's going to give them visibility into what it is they're actually doing, right? So we're using emerging technologies, you know, like AI. We've got some new capabilities that are coming out that are going to serve up information so that people can take appropriate action. But we don't offer guarantees on certain thresholds. We can notify them when things like that happen, right? But that's not our business to guarantee outcomes. I mean, no SaaS company would do that, right? So we're the vehicle for them to actually house their transactions. Did that answer the question? Okay.
Great. Next one.
Thanks for your pitch.
Yeah, Leon.
You're up against a lot of amazing point solutions. There's a lot of spend management tools out there. There's a lot of accounts payable tools out there.
I've worked for a few of them. I know exactly.
How do you pitch this? Why are you winning pitches from companies that have all these tools installed?
Yeah, because I'll tell you, I mean, I've been in the procurement space for 25 years. There's a lot of companies that have gone up market and are going after big enterprise. That's left a huge vacuum in the mid-market space. And there's tons of companies that are just reaching that threshold where they need to put these controls in place. All the unicorns that are on our list are companies that are ratcheting it up to go public, right? Or they're kind of at that point where manual processes or having a single person that's doing it on behalf of the entire company just doesn't work anymore. And they have to automate because you don't want to throw bodies at the problem. And that's what companies do. They keep throwing bodies at the problem, right? And so what we do is we automate that entire function. And so it's a great space to be in because in the mid-market, like I said, there's tens of millions of companies. There's 50 million in the United States alone that have less than 1,000 employees, right? And there's tens of millions more globally around the world. So it's a constantly changing space, and it's a fun space to be in. It's very dynamic.
All right. We got one last question. A quick question, Julia, if you got one.
So you mentioned you implement AI in, for example, the intake form. How have you learned the model, or how often have you seen growth in the AI progress you made there?
So we're just at the point where we're starting to roll that out. I don't want to get ahead of any marketing announcements, but because of the stage that we're in, it's easier for us to do this type of stuff. If I were with a big ERP company, it would take 5 years, to get something like that into the product. But with a company our stage, I mean, we can do it quickly, and we're in the process of doing it, and it's going to be really exciting.
All right, good. Well, thank you very much, Steve and PayEm.
All right,
Cheers.
thank you.
Take care.
Cheers.